Hello, everybody. Welcome to the party. Hey, it's a big day, and I'll tell you why in a second, but we're also going to obviously talk about the Dallas Cowboys. We're on a win streak. Do you believe in it? Which guys that are starting to show up? Do you believe it actually means something for this team? Things of that nature. Plus, it's a Magic Marker Monday, and stuff is on sale. The DLLS Cowboys Podcast starts meow. Yes. It is time for the DLLS Cowboys Podcast. Thank you for being here with us. We sure do appreciate it, and I want to waste no time in making sure that you know that today is a special day. It's our Cyber Monday flash sale. $36 for your first year to be a diehard at alldlls.com, and that basically pays itself off immediately because you get to pick a free t-shirt from the merch shop. What? Hold on.
There you go.
You could pick that one. I mean, you could pick. You could pick that. I mean, there's so many awesome shirts that I actually ordered like 2 or 3 yesterday. Plus, I ordered a hoodie like the one that KaVontae is usually rocking. So, sweet Cyber Monday deal right this second. All you got to do is go to alldlls.com. That's over 50% off. You get a free shirt immediately. You get 20% off merch as a diehard. You get access to our premium diehard level content. You get 20% off events, a diehard member card, the diehards only Discord lounge, an ad-free experience on the website. Holy cow, everything you need in your sports world. I'm not telling you to cancel anything else you might have, but I am telling you that you could have a one-stop shop for all your DFW sports needs and have access to everything with no ads, plus a shirt and discounts on things. AllDLLS.com. Get yourself hooked up, and welcome to the show.
Buy one for a friend, too, for a family member, for a homeboy, for a homegirl.
The membership can be a gift. There's a box for that. You can check. It's a gift.
And as you see on TV all the time, for only 10 cents a day. You can get you a diehard merchandise.
That sounds like grifting. No, we're not grifting here.
We're not grifting.
Well, here, let me change the tune really quick. Yeah, normal t-shirt.
$36 over 12 months. What is that a day?
I don't know.
It's not 10 cents.
What is it?
I don't know. It ain't 10 cents.
I'm not the mathematician here, but I'm just trying to give you incentive here.
Let me phrase it this way. A normal t-shirt is $34.99. This membership is $36 for the next 36 hours. Basically, you're getting the free shirt. You're basically getting the membership.
Yeah, you're essentially
$3 a month.
Yeah.
See, there
but what
you
is
go.
it a day?
How much
what
is that a day? Add that up.
3 divided by it might
30
be
days
it might be 10
divided by
cents.
$3.
It might be 10 cents. Oh no! I doubted. Oh no!
Exactly.
No.
For only 10 cents a day.
I didn't believe.
My name is Jeff. Next to me is former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Holley.
Oh, Jesse Holley went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
A bird and a fish can fall in love, but they can never build a house together.
What if it was?
But what if the bird picked up the fish?
The top of the water where it floats and the bird can come in and the fish could pop up.
Yeah, a bird and a fish.
DC said they can't fall in love.
They can't fall in love.
They could, maybe. I don't know.
What did Luther Vandross say about a house is not a home? Luther Vandross.
No one knows.
What did he say?
It's one
A
of life's.
chair is still a chair, even when no one is living there.
It's the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, but it's a close race because of the guy next to him and a guy who got a big win for his Hook'em Horns this weekend, Clarence Hill.
If you want to win, put pop. What they say? Walk in your trap and take over your trap. Walk in your trap and take over your trap.
That's what
we
they
did
say.
It.
Do your deal.
College Station.
Do your thing. Do your jig right here. Do the shimmy. I don't need all of it. Just give me the.
Which way does the hand go? I say
not on demand. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You let him throw up the hooks.
Joe, you had a gift for me. You had a gift for me
did.
last week. You was talking all that trash.
I didn't talk any trash. I got you a gift.
You tried to show me up on the podcast.
I would never try to show you up.
Gave me a gift,
I respect
set me
you.
up, and then gave me an Aggie hat.
That was a good setup, though.
That was pretty funny.
That was pretty good.
I had a good time with it.
What did Shaq tell Kobe? How did my what?
His bottom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he asked him about his bottom. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing I think we got some Texas. We probably got some Texas merch we could get for
Oh, we
Carl.
got
some
Texas
great
merch.
Texas
I bought
merch.
it. I
I
bought it.
bought him an actual Texas gift.
We
this
got
time, I
Texas
promise.
merch.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got
yeah,
Texas
yeah.
Coming in the
merch.
mail.
Yeah, get on alldlls.com. Get the hookup. Get that hookup today. Or
Texas.
else, which is not a threat, of course. Next, Clarence is the second greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, but boy, he is just right there behind Clarence. It's Joe Hoyt.
Tell him something, Joe.
I'll tell you something. Yeah, Texas is really good, right? But who's the only undefeated team in the country? The Oregon Ducks. Just FYI.
Well, y'all see what Abilene Christian did this weekend?
Did they
Did
undefeated?
they fight?
They play
Nah,
a flag?
man, but they shut somebody out. I forgot who we played.
Plant a flag.
Oh, let's go.
Plant a
Forgot who we
flag.
played. We should plant the flag.
Let's go, Wildcats.
Anybody out there has a problem with flag planting? Joe?
Shout out to my boy Ryan Switzer, who was a head coach for a game.
That is awesome.
That
Got
is cool.
blown out, but doesn't matter.
Oh,
Oh, did they
Ryan?
get blown out?
FAU smoked them.
Oh,
But hey,
Switz.
it's pretty cool that my boy got a chance to be a head coach for a game. Consider my boy for the head coaching job.
Plant flags after every win until people stop having to punch because of it. Get over it. Beat them at football.
What about when T.O. ran to the star?
I loved it.
That was fun.
What about when
And
George?
don't people love that George T didn't hit him?
Well,
People
yeah.
love it.
Okay, he knocked him off the star. Defender of the star.
Let the young men beat each other up. That's what we're watching. It's fun. Yeah. Or be an adult already and be like, yeah, they beat us. Now they're going to celebrate out there and then they're going to go home. Oh, tough break. Anyway, welcome into the show today as we have many, many things to get to. And one of these days I'll remember what the first thing was. We're on a 2-game win streak. Somebody got mad at me for calling it a win streak. They're like, no, they've just won back-to-back games. And I'm like, look, it may not be a big streak, but this is a streak. They are on a 2-game win streak. And the next team that the Cowboys play is 4-8.
Mm-hmm.
So the question I have for you, Jesse Holly, do you buy that there might be some sort of run in store?
Ooh.
Are we about to smoosh into the wall?
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, the Washington win did surprise me.
Yeah, that's nice.
I didn't think that they were going to go out there and get that dub. We all anticipated them beating the Giants,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And if we go all the way back to the beginning of the year, when we got to this point, this December 9th game,
Oh, yeah. Did you pick the Giants? Yeah.
Who picked the Giants?
I did.
Okay, you said we all anticipate. I'm saying we all didn't
No, if we
because
go,
somebody picked the Giants.
I think I picked them being hopeful. I knew the Cowboys were going to win. but
Somebody picked the Giants.
Okay. Okay. You going to hit him?
nah.
He said we all assumed they would beat him, and he didn't pick them. So
Did he conveniently miss
I
that part
politely
when I said
raised
if we
my
go
hand.
all the way back to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning of the season?
Yeah, all the way back.
All the way back to that
I
part.
politely raised my hand though. I politely did. I didn't jump in.
Thank you.
Didn't
You,
talk over.
you
it.
also mostly talked into the mic, which is great.
I'm just.
Whoa.
Yeah, because if you do this, the audio goes to crap and people can't hear you. It doesn't really work. You got to stay right with it.
Carry on, sir.
But if you go all the way back.
If we go all the way back
Yeah.
to the beginning of the year, most of us had the Cowboys beating the Giants.
Yeah.
But then it came to this game
Yeah.
against the Bengals.
Yeah.
And I think most of us picked the Bengals to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to believe this is the game you get me on board, you go out Monday Night Football with your backup quarterback. Now, you're going to have to score points. I haven't dived into Cincinnati, film stuff yet. Did watch the game, though.
Yeah.
Their game.
Yeah.
They're going to score points.
They're going to score 30 every week.
They're going
Yeah.
to score
It
points.
just
Now,
hasn't been enough 3 weeks in a row.
can you score 31?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, can you score 31? In their wins, they've scored at least 28 points. They've scored more points in their losses than they have in their wins. But it's going to be around. In their wins, they score 28 points. In their losses, they're scoring 31 points.
Yeah.
Can you go and put 29 or 32 points on the board? However, whatever it takes for you to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be on board with what Micah said. We about to make a run. If you go out Monday night and get a victory against the Bengals.
Which means you had to put an if on it, which means you don't believe it, which means you're saying, no, they're not going to make a run.
Yeah, I'm going to say no for right now.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on a no train. I'm on a no train for a run.
Clarence.
He was also a no train for the Giants. He also was no train that Rico was going to get 40 yards or whatever else. But he did
Clarence,
all
have
that.
you ever considered just making your point instead of attacking?
All conversations are bleeds into other conversations.
Okay.
We don't forget nothing around here.
Okay. I do.
Nothing we say is in a
forget-
vacuum.
I forget
You know,
everything.
everything is connected. The dots always be connected.
That's very university.
You know, I'm just saying we don't forget nothing. But I'm on board with you that this is the game where if you want to put some foundation, some substance behind that belief, beat the Bengals. Beat the Bengals. We talked about that offense, and we know that they score a lot of points. What we don't talk enough about, and what people haven't talked enough about, is that trash defense that the Bengals have.
Yeah, it's butt.
Yeah. It ain't
Super
good.
butt.
Trash defense who gave an average bus driver Pittsburgh offense allowed them to score 42 points, 44 points.
Russ is having a sneakily really good year.
I know.
He has not had a game like that until he faced the Bengals defense.
Fair.
Okay? They don't do that. Only against that Bengals defense. And what's also true, and again, we have to see it, but if Diggs comes back and Bland is back, this will be the best pair of corners that offense has faced. You add in what Micah and Overshawn are doing to a Bengals offensive line that does not protect, and the Bengals don't have a running game. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so those two no's, but said very politely. They don't believe in the ability to make a run, Joe.
I'm going to switch up a little bit. I do believe that they're going to make a run. I think they're going to get to 7-7. I think they're going to beat the Bengals. Then they're going to go beat Carolina. But at the end of the day, to quote the great Clarence Hill, who quoted Ricky Waters, for who or for what? Because by winning this last game, before last game, they had a 4% chance of making the playoffs, according to NFL.com. After that win,
3. Yeah, it went down.
Long story short.
Because the Commanders won.
Long story short, do I believe that they're going to go on some miraculous run that ends in the postseason? No, because I think that they're going to beat these next two teams. And then I think, honestly, they're probably going to lose to Philly and lose to Washington and end the season. Washington that's fighting for their playoff life. So I believe that they're going to make a run here.
It could be the most Cowboy thing ever. The most Cowboy thing ever would be to go beat the Bengals, beat the Panthers, beat the Bucks. Is that impossible? It's not. Mm-hmm. Then you've got 2 games left, and if you could beat the Eagles, you might have a win and get in against the Commanders, and that's where they'll lose, is at the Eagles. When they're on the doorstep to giving themselves a chance to fight for the postseason, they'll lose right then. Mm-hmm. And then that would be congrats on your 19th pick and wasted season.
Really quickly.
Did
y'all watch the Eagles yesterday?
They're good.
The Eagles are a damn good team.
The Eagles are a machine.
I mean, so to say that what they've done, if they win all those games and lose to the Eagles, that ain't no... That's not a knock.
No, it wouldn't be a knock about losing to the Eagles. It would be that you did all of this fighting and clawing, and you're looking just over that hill, and it's like, oh my God, we can have a win and get in, and then
it's a knock on them getting to the playoffs, but it's not a knock on the momentum they built, and that's really what this is about. It's about building momentum, building confidence, building something foundational that you can take forward, whether that's to the playoffs or that's to next season. I know you guys are draft gurus and all this tank stuff, and I know you can't wait. But
I've converted. I'm here to win.
There's a lot to be said for the stuff you can take to next year based on what you're seeing this year with these guys they have. You can find out about a lot of guys that will help you with your draft analysis, help you with your free agent decisions if these guys show a pulse that they can be players.
2 things on that. One, great call by Clarence, because that's going to segue to our next segment. So that was well done.
You know what our next segment?
Don't patronize me.
And
Don't
2,
patronize me.
I was giving you true credit. And 2, one of my favorite lines ever is from Ted Lasso. It's the hope that kills you. And I think that the Cowboys are going to instill some hope. And ultimately, it might kill some.
I will tell you that I don't think that they're going to go on a run. I think the Bengals are going to beat them. I think the Bengals are going to beat them, and I think it's a topic for 2 segments from now. But I think the number of games that they're going to win the rest of the way. No. That's a different. I mean, this all works together because we're all connected.
You know 2 segments from now, but you don't know what the next segment.
I look.
Well, you just looked.
I know now.
We're caught up now. We're good. All right.
Look, we planned this thing, and I don't have a brain. I have a mouth. And I can make words, but then I don't know what we're doing next.
What that mouth do?
Everything.
Oh.
Everything. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I've got a
listen.
super chat. Shout out to Daniel. He's
Yeah,
a good,
please.
strong listener.
Thank you,
Is
Daniel.
Dak's season over, or can he return for the playoff run? It's over.
Dak
It's
is
over.
done.
Yeah,
Thank,
it's over.
thank you, Daniel, for getting us off with that mouth, dude. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
It's
And then
okay.
you brought it right back.
But it does everything. Tell your friends and your family. Okay?
Family.
And your family.
Ma'am,
Oh,
sir.
not family.
Well, you can have a divorced sister, mother
Sir.
of three,
Oh,
empty nester.
grandma.
Tell grandma.
Ooh.
Coming
If
up
she needed-
next,
if she did a
She got-
Mr. Charlie.
Yeah.
which guys that are getting an opportunity do you believe it actually means something for this team going forward? Which guy that is showing you a little something are you in on? We're going to talk about that next on the Cowboys DLLS podcast.
But before we get to that, I want to tell you about my good friends over at Game Time. Download the app right now. And here's the thing. When you download this app, don't put it at the back, right? Put it next to your ex. Put it next to your banking statements.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere where I know that you're going to see it. So that way, anytime you're thinking about a game or a concert or a show, the Game Time, you gotta go searching for it. It's right there, and it reminds you, hey, you click this app, and if you use our promo code DLLS, you get $20 off your first purchase. But I always want you to keep in mind, feel like going to a Mavs game. Oh, Game Time app.
Game time.
Man, I may want to go to a Cowboys game.
Game time.
No, Game Time. Boy, you know what? Haven't been to a show in a while. Probably want to go see a show. Go to Game Time. So download the app. You can go in there, see where we like to sit. You can sit, see the view where you're going to sit. I like this seat. Don't like this seat. Too far away, too close. Doesn't matter. Head over, download the app, Game Time app. Use our promo code DLLS. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase. What time is it?
Game time. Let's talk about our friends at Sleeper as well, where you need the promo code DLLS Boys. And it is actually, they will match your first deposit up to $1,500. It's the largest deposit match ever. And it's great. I love Sleeper. I have it on my phone and I use it all the time. Promo code DLLS Boys and get that match. They do have the best fantasy league platform if you want to use it for that. But what I'm talking about is sort of the daily fantasy aspect of it, the picks that you can make on Sleeper. You just take whatever players are going to be playing. You can do this in any sport, and it's legal in 25 states, including the state of Texas. Where what you got to do is you just say, hey, I think that this player is going to have more than his projected stats. I think he's going to have less than his projected stats. For instance, I'm now riding the Cooper Rush train every week, more than his projected passing yards, and we nail it. The more picks you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. So download the Sleeper app, use the code DLLS Boys, and get that 100% match up to $1,500. Now then, we move on to segment 2
$1,500.
of the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
Who did you become? Like, who did you
I don't
become
know.
Yeah,
right there?
what-
Kind of almost James Earl Jones.
It's
No,
not
sir.
even close.
Kind
to
of
this.
almost.
It's not
No,
even
sir.
close.
No,
What
sir.
y'all's
James-
baseball? What is y'all's baseball doing in my backyard?
It's
No,
not
sir.
even close.
No, sir.
Don't you worry about Beast back there.
No,
To
sir.
James Earl Jones.
No, sir. No, sir.
Luke,
Please.
God
May he
rest his
rest in
soul.
peace.
I'm about to say, God rest his soul.
How do you
That's
do
terrible.
that?
Anyway, Aisha's here. Welcome, Aisha.
Hey, guys.
And now we move onward to actual players. So a bunch of dudes are getting opportunities for the Cowboys that, whether it's because of injury or guys being maybe almost kind of sort of hurt and so just opting not to play, whatever the reason may be, a bunch of dudes are getting some opportunities out there on the football field. And I want to talk about, are there any of those guys that you're seeing something from that you go, oh, I thought that this guy was going to give us nothing. And suddenly I've got a little glimmer of hope. And you could take through whatever players that makes you think of. And if it matters,
Why I gotta be me?
We'll start with you first.
You just got here. It's
You
time to
got
get
here. We're
in.
trying
I guess
we're
I
giving
need
you a
to
moment
talk.
to
Get
talk
it
of the
in.
segment
Yeah, I guess I
talk.
need to speak. Yeah. Okay. So for me, it's going to be TJ Bass. And I'm only saying that because I have not been, until this point, I had not been impressed with what we've seen from him in his second year. From preseason to training camp, I mean, it just wasn't the step that I thought he was going to take, given that he came in and filled in well last year. Over this, last couple games, being able to see him, well, we didn't see him last week, but just some of the stuff that I saw from him, I was like, oh, okay, that's the guy that I thought I was going to see. Rough and tough, can get to the second level, has pretty good balance. And so him being stable and being a good part of this offensive line, I think the depth that you have on this offensive line is kind of showing to be a luxury in a sense. So That's mine. I'm gonna say TJ Bass.
Okay.
Before we go, what's my man name right? Michael, how you say that?
I just go Cordero and don't worry about it.
Cordero,
Yeah.
Mike.
Welcome, brother.
Mike C,
brother.
Mike C.
If you want to be like Mike, you got 36 hours to become a diehard for $36. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, $36. And the price of a t-shirt is like $35. So what you're getting is ad-free access to all of the premium content, plus the free t-shirt, discounts on merch, access to the Die Hard Lounge, all of those different things for just 36 hours. So go to alldlls.com and sign up now, because that's over 50% off.
Yeah.
It's the sweetest deal we've ever had. Get up in there and then tell us about it in the chat, or else that's not a threat.
For just 10 cents a day, you can help my family have a good Christmas. Just 10 cents a day.
Please, Clarence. Look at you.
Clarence, anybody catching your eye that you didn't think would? That's getting a big opportunity.
You know, it's funny. I don't know if
It better be funny.
It better be fun.
it's not a young guy, but I'm going to carry Brandon Cooks and how they used him. And
He better be a free agent.
we thought his season was over. We thought his career was over.
But he's about to be a free agent. That don't mean nothing for your team.
I'm talking about for the rest of this season.
Okay.
I mean, for the rest of this season, I don't know if we were talking about next year or for what they, because the other young receivers still ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
Dang, I want to change mine.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he's doing it wrong. You did it right.
She did it
I'm
right.
trying to talk
You
about.
did it right.
We're talking about something
No,
that
you did
matters
it
for
right.
the Cowboys. He's talking about
He's
something that
talking
happens for a
about-
guy he
yeah.
talks to for the next 7 weeks.
For the
And then he
Cowboys
gonna go
over the
somewhere
next 4 weeks to make this run.
Okay.
I'm talking about,
Okay.
you know, he shows something. You know, stop using them on stop routes. The crossers,
We beg.
that's his thing. Don't throw a stop route. But you know, Mike McCarthy talked about it. You know, that key play, that third down play late in the game.
Got to go to Cookie.
Clinched the game. He said that they caught.
Got to go to
It
Cookie.
rolls off the
Brady got to
tongue.
stop.
Got to go to
Tom
Cookie.
Brady
It
got
just
to
rolls
stop
off
that.
your tongue.
You can't call a grown man
got
He
Cookie.
threw it from milk to Cookie.
No.
Y'all know y'all got an
But they
uncle with a.
designed that play for Cookie,
Yeah, for Cookie.
and Cookie came through.
Y'all
like
know y'all
calling
got an
little
uncle
man.
that got a nickname that kind of sound pimpish.
Listen,
I got an Uncle Chip.
That's what I'm saying. What's
I don't know
wrong
if
with
that's pepper,
Cookie?
that's more mechanic-ish.
Cookie?
How you can be a chip, but you can't be a cookie? It's a snack.
damn.
Okay, let's.
Did you say
I'm
he's
sorry,
a
I
snack?
said it too far.
You call Cookie a snack?
No. I was talking about in a literal sense. It just
Wow.
Jesse. Who is your person?
Who's your Cookie?
I gotta
She's
remember
trying
y'all's
to change the
maturity level.
subject.
I gotta remember.
Who's your Cookie?
My Cookie ain't a man. My Cookie is not a
Not that
man.
there's anything wrong with that.
Oh
That
my
Cookie's
gosh.
not a man. I tell you
There's
that. much.
absolutely nothing.
Get whatever Cookie you
Um,
want out there.
One in a-
I'm standing on the offensive line. I'm going with Brock Hoffman.
Yes.
And what I like about Brock Hoffman is I like the sheer nastiness.
Nasty.
Mhm.
Like,
And it's not fake.
no. And I like that.
Yeah, it's not fake.
I like the fact. Now, I want to couple that with the ability to continue to build on the skills.
Right.
But I think that's been lacking. The outward nastiness on this offensive line, I think that's something that's been lacking. That's an attitude. That's a fundamental piece that you add to your locker room, you add to your offensive line. It gives you validity when you go out there. If
It rubs
someone
off.
across from you knows that you're just a flat out dog, like I will bite you. Go ahead. What do you want to say? Because you
I was just saying, like,
Yeah.
back when we had good offensive lines, it was either Leary or Lyle Collins when he was healthy.
Right.
Like, you had dudes that when you lined up, you're like, he wants to punch me in the throat.
And that's like, believe it or not, I think that is a strategy. Like that is a part of the strategy. Is when you line up, someone knows I got to deal with this dude for 4
Right.
quarters, and it's going to be a nasty fight. I can't intimidate him. I can't push him around. I can't.
He gonna take cheap shots.
Right, like
He gonna
right.
talk mess
and-
all
and- and
day.
He gonna flop.
there was something that I got an opportunity. I'm really good friends, and I do a show with 3-time Pro Bowler Nate Newton, right? And Nate Newton said to me, he said, "Hey, I want you to watch Brock Hoffman go up against Dexter Lawrence." He said, because if you watch Dexter Lawrence in the game against Tampa, he got so focused in on wanting to fight the guy that he was going against and forgot that football was being played. And he's like, Brock is one of those guys who can get into your head and really have you frustrated and wanting to beat him up and forget that you actually have an assignment. And if you watch the game, there were moments in that game where Dexter Lawrence was getting into it with Brock Hoffman.
Right.
You got a Draymond,
You know what I mean?
You got
Like-
a Draymond spirit.
Draymond's necessary. That Draymond
And it's
spirit
strategic.
is necessary. And if that's who you are, you get the benefit of the doubt from the referees. So like being late after the whistle, being a little bit more aggressive, being a little bit more pushy, being a little bit more all those things. If that's consistently who you are, the refs goes, oh yeah, we know him. Yeah, that's the Draymond.
What am I going to do? Flag him every play?
Right, like Draymond gets to cuss refs out because refs expect that from Draymond. Dennis Rodman was that way. There's certain players that are that way that the refs just go, that's who they are. So we give them that space to do so.
Oh, you mean the Legion of Boom committing PI on literally every play?
Right.
Until they got tired of calling it?
The Patriots, right? When they were doing picks, the Patriots were the kings of pick routes. But they never got called for because it became a staple in their offense. So the refs were like, well, this is what they do. So it's not a shock when we see it happen.
I'm not throwing 60 flags.
Brock, I like Brock Hoffman. I want him to continue that developmental part because they're going to need a guard next year. And that type of nastiness will definitely go a long way for your team.
Yeah, and I was going to carry one of those two guys, but she took TJ Bass. So I went with the old guy. But I'm co-signing both you guys because Brock Hoffman, TJ Bass, they're giving you something you can say, I like what they're doing. And the thing about Brock, it's not always the best offensive lineman, but it's more like Mark Colombo. Leonard Davis is better, but Mark Colombo brought the attitude.
Yeah.
And Brock Hoffman, you want somebody off the line that brings that kind of attitude.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys came up with names. I think that's good.
You didn't have a name?
I was going to go with nothing.
Barnacles.
I do like the Hoffman one, and I like the Bass one, because I think if either one of them can be an NFL starter that's reliable, then that's big for this team because it changes a little something for your offseason, and I think that's big. But when I'm going through them all, if I'm being totally honest with myself, I'm like, yeah, they can keep me in backups, and that's fine. And, like, the name that jumps in my head is, like, Schoonmaker, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, he's still kind of double catching. It's not like he's breaking tackles. Like, he's just the guy who happens to be on the field when the quarterback's throwing to the tight end. So I haven't seen anything that I'm like, that alters what I think about this team going forward. I'm kind of hopeful for one of the two that you guys went with. Yeah. If one of those two is a starting offensive lineman, then I think that's big.
I think you need one of those two to be.
And
a
the thing is,
starting
I was looking for somebody on defense because obvious ones are over Sean.
You could go Mozzie because he's playing better.
Yeah, or you wanted maybe Wanye, or you wanted maybe Josh Butler is showing you something, but they got hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Deron Bland has. We talked about that.
But we knew about him
coming. Yeah, we knew about him, but coming off of a foot as a corner.
Well, he took an extra month. He was good.
I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. But just the fact that he looks himself.
He does look himself.
That is a plus.
Yeah.
That's not always the case.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, there's that guy, and then also too, Marshawn Nealon. I know that he's returning from the MCL. That man was playing grown man football in that run game before he got injured, and if he is able to get back to that form post this MCL, I do think that would be huge for you moving forward as well, not knowing what's going to happen with Tank.
I would like to shout out to Cowboys reporter Joseph Hoyt, which is the longest name in the history of our chat, and he's also sitting 7 feet that way. He said, I asked Mike McCarthy about Brock Hoffman's attitude and being contagious. He said Brock is a spark plug the last 2 weeks. I'll have a story on that later today. Sign up to be a diehard so you can read it.
There you go.
That's professional.
That's how you do that right there.
And it is. It's a 36-hour Cyber Monday flash
check out our
sale.
guy Joe's
That's
stuff.
professional.
Now's the time. Get up in there.
Yeah.
Get up in there.
Get your cookie up in there.
Get your cookie.
Y'all, that's
And your
not
t-shirt.
That's the wrong context.
What
And your
about
access
99
to
on
the
defense?
Discord lounge. Is 99 Chauncey?
Heck yeah, Chauncey. I mean, I
Nobody
think
brought up
Chauncey. Heck yeah, I would bring back Chauncey.
Like, the problem with bringing up Chauncey is that it's the Cowboys. And, like, I'm really happy. I think it's been great. I mean, as happy as you can be in a lost season about a guy playing better football. But, like, Chauncey, I think, is making money every week. But I don't know that money's here.
Pay him?
I know. I'm just saying, if somehow you could bring Chauncey back to go with Nealon, to go with Sam Williams coming back, maybe you have the makings of
you got something nice.
I
rotation.
think that maybe you don't.
Some rotational pieces.
If you get all of that, if you had all of that together and you brought back Osa and you have Nealon and Sam Williams is coming back and you still had Chauncey and Micah and Overshown.
That's a great
and
place
you
to start.
find a defensive tackle in draft or free agency, you're loaded up.
Yeah,
And you
that's
messed
all
up
I'm saying.
last year, though. You already messed up last year not keeping your edges. If you have some guys that are showing you some soundness, I would invest in them for sure.
And the thing about it is the edge that you didn't keep, it wasn't like they got a lot of money.
Facts, and that's fine. But yeah, I think I would do it. I agree with you.
She thinks I'm right.
I would do it.
Whatever I said, Aisha's on
I
board.
agree with
and
Jeff
I like
today.
that. Hey, make sure you hit the like and subscribe while you're in here, okay? We sure would appreciate it, and or else, which is not a threat. But, it's not. But coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast on our Cyber Monday, get signed up, all DLLS.com. I got to find what's next. It's a Whiteboard Wednesday.
It is.
It's not.
It's a Magic Marker Monday. It was
It's
going to be a
not.
Whiteboard Wednesday until we realized Wednesday was going to be our day off. So we had to change the name of it to Magic Marker Monday. And it's a Magic Marker Monday. How many games are the Cowboys going to win the rest of the way? They got 5 left. How many of them are they winning? Let us know in the chat. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We sure do love it. That's all coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
You've been out and about shopping Black Friday. Cyber Monday is here. Christmas is coming up. Great, all those things. Make sure you get your DLLS stuff while you're out there doing it. But new flooring is a great gift. And if you're going and looking for new flooring this year, then you need to go see our friends at EmpireToday.com. Get $350 off right now using our promo code DLLS and use it today. Their philosophy is to help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. You can go online right now. You can take a picture of the room, put it in there, and then you can just keep plugging in there. You might want wood.
You can see exactly how it'll look in that space. Yeah,
you might want wood or laminate or carpet or vinyl or whatever it is. Empire Today got you locked in and loaded. So don't waste any more time. The convenient, it's easy to do. Go over to EmpireToday.com, DLS, the promo code, $350 off.
Wood. Also, one more time, you need to know, because this is a big day and it's the best deal that we've ever had. I want you guys to get signed up to be a diehard. This can be your one-stop shop for all of your DFW sports needs. If you love all the teams, well, guess what? We got insiders. We got people.
This is.
It already is.
This is your one-stop shop.
But if you want the best experience, then you want to sign up to be a diehard, because then you get all the premium written content. You get an ad-free experience. You get a free T-shirt, which costs about as much as you're paying for that first year of membership at $36. You get your diehard card. You get access to our Discord lounge that's for members only. You get all of these different wonderful things at alldlls.com, and it's a 36-hour sale. And guess what? This is not hour number 1 of it. So you want to let's get on your horse.
Wow.
Get on your horse and get over to alldlls.com.
Chugga.
Yeah. Cruise on over there. All right? Let's get after it.
We should ask the chat that. How many chuggas do they put in the choo-choos?
How many chuggas?
Was you?
Oh,
Were you not?
It's okay. Just when we're on TV, it's just it'd be a weird way to come back. That's all I'm saying.
I just,
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Got to keep a sharp eye. You got to keep a sharp
We'll
eye.
be on TV soon, guys.
I know I started getting loosey-goosey on it, but I had an eye on where I'm going.
Yep.
Okay?
Is it?
It's a Magic Marker Monday. It's a Magic Marker Monday. Here's the question. How many games are the Cowboys going to win the rest of the way? Let's make sure we get you squared away, chat, with
What are those
exactly what
games?
we're looking at.
Tell us those games.
You're going to host the Bangies.
Okay.
You're going to host the Bangies. Then you're going to travel to the Carolina Panthers.
Who's quietly been
Bryce
They've been playing a
Young.
little bit better, Bryce Young.
They've been
Bryce Young's been
competitive.
Bryce Young's been way better since he got benched for a little bit.
They've been competitive.
Perspective.
Then you will host the Baker Mayfield-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are trying, by the way, to go 3 years in a row of being under 500 at week 13 and going to the playoffs.
That's insane. What?
What a great division. Yeah, they've been under 500 in week 13 for the 3rd straight year, and they're trying to make the playoffs for the 3rd straight year.
That's an
See, if we were in
insane
the
statistic.
EFC South, we'd be good.
Yeah,
we'd
that'd
be
be
good to
great.
go. Then
I
we make a
mean-
run and get the playoffs and everything.
Yeah, and Baker was awful this week, and they still won the game, because sometimes you get to do that, and that's nice. So you are, let's see, you host Bengals, you go to Panthers, you host Tampa Bay, you go to Philadelphia, and then you host the Washington Commanders to go to the playoffs in week 18.
Yep.
Obviously. So all I want from you is how many games are the Cowboys going to win the rest of the way? Kerry Matthews, Freak Jesus, is in the chat. He says we're going to winning out, going to the big bowl. Slug also has us winning out. That's 5. Michael has 3. Otis has 3. That's the numbers you got. Jesse, you want to kick us off? Well, you have to finish your picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, your picture's done.
Oh, that was nice.
1.
But little smiley face there.
No, it's not even a smiley face. It's like
a meh face.
it's like. I think they win one.
Make me alter my drawing a little bit.
Yeah, I think they win one game here from here on out, and I think that game is the Panthers. I think this was a great spark. It's great energy to kind of get because honestly, like the losing was beating us down.
I'm
Oh,
tired.
100%.
Like the
Well,
losing
it
was
wasn't beating
I
me
ain't
down at
gonna
all.
lie.
Yes, it was.
I was having the
for
time.
yourself.
I was tired. I'm tired.
I had the time of my life.
The losing was beating me down.
I was
it
having-
was beating me down. We come in here to get ready for a show, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, oh, what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, it
I
hurt.
just kept watching Travis Hunter every night, and I was like, "Man, this is gonna be great."
And so for me, this 2-game winning streak, it was good for the soul. It was good for content. It was good just for the morale. And it was great. I know Jerry loved it because it gave people that feeling, right? We started seeing all the people saying, oh, there's hope. We're going to make a run and we're going to be back in it again. But realistically, you're not. Like, you're still marching out there, one of the worst offenses in the league, and you really can't do much there. And the defense is playing up to par. Like, you're getting a lot from them, but I don't think you win Monday night.
Bengals are 4-8, dude.
Yeah,
What-
I know.
You're a hater.
I know. I don't think you win Monday night. You're definitely not beating Philadelphia.
What if they've already shut it down? They're locked into the 2 seed.
Who's their backup quarterback?
I forgot, but
You probably don't beat him either. Kenny Pickett.
Kenny
Oh.
Pickett. TC's got our back.
There you go, TC.
There you go, TC.
Kenny Pickett, a glove guy.
He is
a glove guy.
Kenny
He is a
two glove?
guy, Yeah.
Okay.
I know that you already beat Washington, but that's going to be an interesting game. They might play actually. They know how to play football. That's
That'd
how
be
you play
better
them.
if they did. Yeah.
You'll beat the Carolina Panthers. You'll beat the Carolina
I didn't think about
Panthers,
that.
and that'll be the one win that you get from this next 5 games for me.
Okay, 1. So Jesse's back to what his role.
I didn't think about the Commanders maybe sitting people.
Daniel, Cowboys are going to win 14 games. The Commanders are.
But they're
gonna
not
be-
going to. Yeah.
Well, it's not possible, but they could. They might next year. But I mean, the Commanders sitting people would be tough. They would have to be locked into
Well,
the 7 seed already.
If they're
which-
sitting people, which means you're out.
right, that means
Yeah.
you're out, and
Yeah.
so you're not playing for anything either. But who knows? Who knows? Because that's who we're hunting. We're going to run down the Commanders.
All right.
As long as you guys wrote big numbers, we're hunting down the Commanders. Joe?
You asked earlier, do we believe? I believe that they believe. And so I think that they are about to go on a run. I think they're going to win. They're going to go 3-2 the rest of the way.
Oh,
and
that's
I
about
do
as-
see
that's
them.
awful.
I do see them beating the Bengals. I see them
8-9.
beating the Panthers. I see them beating the Bucks, losing to the Eagles, and
And
then
the
losing
Commanders.
to the Commanders. And here's the thing about the Commanders, and this is why this whole thing is gonna just
Why
kill.
did you erase yours?
This is why this whole thing's gonna kill Jeff.
changing
This is why Jeff might have a heart attack through this whole thing
It's the same.
because the Commanders are on a bye.
It can be the same.
Commanders are on a bye this week.
Okay.
They only have 4 more games left.
Yeah.
The
If they win
Saints,
one of them, you're dead.
they win one of them, you're done.
Probably.
And they got the Saints, they got the Falcons, they've got the Eagles, and then they've got the Cowboys. I think that 3% chance that NFL.com uses about the Cowboys is pretty accurate because I think the Commanders would have to lose out.
Well, and it's not only that. There's also other teams ahead of you.
Correct.
That
But Tampa Bay is one of them.
would have to suck.
Tampa Bay is one of them. The 49ers are imploding. So I think that actually in terms of the 5, 7, 6, and 6 teams, the Cowboys actually, if they can do a lot to get close to the Commanders, but the Commanders just have to completely implode for this to even have a chance. So I believe they'll go 3-2 the rest of the way, and Jeff might have a heart attack watching Tankathon.
I won't have a heart attack.
I
I'll
also
just
wanna
get geared up to pick 16th and just be ready to find a good player.
Can I just drop in a little bit of a nugget right here?
I wish you would.
I
love
I
nuggets.
want you guys to understand and actually know this. Public shaming works.
Yes.
Okay. Public shaming always works.
Yes.
If you don't think public shaming works, take a look at Joe right now. Joe's not. He's normally
A raw dog?
a raw
No, but
dogger.
not with this.
You're normally a raw dogger on the quarter zip.
What?
you got a shirt on?
You
under
know
there,
I do,
Jesse?
baby. You know I do. No
Somewhere
raw
down
dogger
there?
for me.
Yeah, okay.
This is
You're normally a raw dogger.
I don't think
You're-
we can ask Aisha, but Aisha, is there?
You
Okay.
know, don't do that.
I'm
Don't-
not.
I said I don't think we
Yeah.
can.
I'm not.
All
really,
I'm saying is
not
public
really
shaming
offended by
works.
it.
Look at Joe Hoyt. He's no longer a raw dogger. He has a shirt under his quarter zip. Proceed.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It
right
wasn't
now.
because of public shaming. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
He's pushing an agenda that's not accurate, even though
just
there
saying.
is fodder to make it
You
think it's accurate.
you can't say that it's not because of public shaming.
I can't.
I guess you.
But
You
I can't say it is because
Right.
it's not.
Well,
What are you going to do? You each
two
just
things
have
can be true.
You each have your own reality and perspective. There is no truth. only perspective.
All I know is that he's
well
not raw
said.
dogging on the quarter zip.
Stop talking.
Aisha, how many games you got him winning?
Oh God. I actually think they're gonna beat the Bengals.
Why do you keep erasing your
How many
answers?
t-
But you erased it and went back to the other one. And
No. I actually think they're gonna beat the Bengals. Carolina's offensive line still schmucks. Like the
Schmucks.
like Bryce Young is navigating it, and he has more of a feel for the pocket, and that's some of the things he's doing well. But they are not good. The Bucs defense is not good either, but the Cowboys offense isn't good. I'm torn. I think they lose to Philly and the Commanders.
Are you gonna write anything down?
I did wrote
that's
it.
the part of
Do you
the
write a number?
Mark
Do you write a
on
number?
Monday. You just
I did wrote it.
What is it? I did. Okay,
I think
got him
they're gonna
going
go
3-2.
But again,
Alright.
y'all know I suck at these things because we're very
No, you
very far from 13 games.
Look,
as I picked at the beginning of
I
the
think
year.
you picked 14, maybe 15. I have them winning
Oh, he's
one more game with a happy face and a sad face.
You need help.
I need a lot of help, but
I feel like that girl
I get it
that on
weekly.
that gift that she likes whatever she
Yeah,
drinks,
yeah,
she sips, she's like,
Yeah.
or that one Miami Heat
Alonzo
guy.
Mourning.
Yeah, Alonzo Mourning. Where it's just like,
yeah,
it's like-
Alonzo Mourning, yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Cowboys are going to lose to the Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Cowboys are going to win against one of the Panthers and or Buccaneers and
But not
lose to
both?
the other one.
Okay.
And then they'll lose to the Eagles and the Commanders. Yeah, I haven't decided which one they're going to beat out of the Panthers and Buccaneers, but they're going to beat one of them. And then we'll slide on in with a tidy little 6-11, flirting with the top 10 pick, give or take. And that'll be fine.
The thing
And that'll
that
be fine.
scares me about
I'm tired.
Tampa,
That'll be fine.
like,
Bucky Irvin.
they can. I was gonna say they can run the football.
Name that college.
Bucky
Like for the
Irvin
first
is-
year ever.
Name-
Oregon,
name
Bucky Irving, Oregon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they can run the football. And of course, Baker comes back to Texas. He got a little, Baker plays with a little ish in his neck.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
That's what scares me about that game.
Yeah,
is
it's
that
just
they
their
can
defense.
run the football. And I like Bucky Irvin running the football.
Are you ready for a side
The way-
tangent on Bucky Irving?
yes.
I just want to tell people
Yes.
it does matter in the NFL. You want to be a better athlete than the person across from you as often as you can be
Mhm.
because it's the person across from you. And if you're a better athlete, you can probably beat them at whatever you're doing.
Play
Facts.
multiple sports?
Running back doesn't matter. Like a lot of people were scared off on Bucky Irving because he was small and unathletic.
Bro.
Running backs don't have a direct opponent.
People
you don't
thought
have
he was-
anyone that you have to out-athlete directly in front of you. It's how good are you at running the football.
Well,
and
it's
Bucky
reason
Irving was
for
really
it.
good. Bucky Irving got underdrafted because he was a bad athlete that was small. He's a good player.
The tape-
Tell him something, Jeff.
I mean, I watched him. I was very impressed with them. But yeah,
They got another one in Oregon too.
your weak point on your team is what? Your offense, right?
On this team,
Yes.
it's still everything but the offense more, yeah.
Yeah, the offense more. Yes.
The offense more, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I look at with Carolina and the Bucks is like, y'all's defenses ain't that good.
Yeah.
The offense, Cowboys offense, if they can just score a little bit, especially with how the defense is able to get pressure, has been able to get pressure, we'll see.
I mean, this is why I believe that they are going to go on a run too, because they're not turning the ball over. They're running the ball and they're playing decent defense.
They're risking turning the ball over.
but not as high as they were against Houston.
The quarterback who's in now has fumbled 7 times in 5 games. The other team's just not getting it all the time.
True. True.
You're flirting with it.
You're flirting with it. That's a great stat, by the
You
way.
can flirt.
But they're not yet.
It's true. It's true.
So,
But they're
But they
not.
are running the ball. I think running the ball and playing decent defense is a big reason why they're actually going to have a chance to win the next 3 games.
And I think the Bengal game, what does give you a chance, I mean, they're 4-8, but what does give you a chance
They're a
is,
scary
like
4-8.
the one thing that they do well is Joe Burrow throws the ball to people.
Yeah.
Like,
He
they
has,
don't-
but he had this year.
he has.
This year,
Yes.
he has 5 interceptions with 30 touchdowns.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's the one thing they do really well is him throwing the ball, not to you, to his guys.
no, to his
Yeah,
own
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
His own
I
guys.
was like,
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
you, meant, I thought
Not-
you meant to you.
No, no.
Okay, my
Not
fault.
only is their defense ass, they don't run the ball well. Like all they do is Joe Burrow can throw it to people. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, when Joe Burrow is going to throw it to people, that also means that Micah Parsons gets to go after Joe Burrow.
True.
You got a shot. You got a shot.
Dak and Joe Burrow need the Spider-Man meme for
Yeah.
the lives that they live.
Nobody's helping us. What is this?
Offense is really good most years. Your defense is struggling. It's literally the same.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we got. That's what we got. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys Podcast, it's time for our final segment of the show where we have to discover just what is in the box.
In the box.
It's next. But first, just one more time, I need y'all to know. I need you to know.
Oh,
No, he needs to know.
come on.
It's Talladega Nights when Ricky Bobby's pretending he's paralyzed
Yes.
and he's not paralyzed. And the big dude's like, no, he needs to know.
Never saw it.
And they tell him that he's soft. You never seen it?
Tyler Nikes?
You'd like it.
No,
You'd
Think
like
so?
it. Yeah, you'd like it.
All right.
Yeah, it's not just a white people movie. Like it's kind of a up the alley of white people comedy. But I think it could be.
I enjoy white
appreciated.
comedy.
Okay, then yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah.
But one more time, I just want to let you know about the Black Friday sale, the Cyber Monday deal. It's 36 hours is what you got right now. Where to sign up and be a diehard, it's $36 for the first year.
35 hours now because our show is an hour long.
35 hours now.
But yes, 36 hours. Yes.
Well, yeah, but it started from 30. Yeah. But anyway, that's not a long time to get this hookup. And if you are interested, if you've ever been to the page, alldlls.com, I encourage you to go there if you haven't. But if you've been there, then you know, like, we have so many awesome t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. And I'm going to get way too many for like Christmas gifts and whatnot because there's a lot of awesome designs, no matter which team you're talking about, whether it's college, pro, whatever, we got them. And you get a free t-shirt when you sign up. You get to select one of those, which is about the value that you just paid for an entire year's of premium access to what we got going on, which includes discounts, our diehard Discord server, premium written content, ad-free experience, the membership card, all of these different things, and the t-shirt for that price. What? Boy, howdy.
Steal.
What?
Steal.
What?
What? Steal.
Get up in there. Today's the day to get up in there. You'll get to see me in the hoodie as soon as it gets to my house. I ordered a hoodie and 2 shirts yesterday. So get up in there. That's all I'm telling you, is to get up in there.
Get up in there.
All right, final segment of the broadcast day, ladies and gentlemen. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game.
I got to give a shout out, though. I was walking in before we get to this while you pull that up. I was walking into the show today, and a listener pulls right up on me, right? Nice cars. They're like in a white Range Rover.
Toot, toot.
Yeah. Beep, beep. It was a guy. I don't know what the white interior.
Did he whip out a firearm and take your money?
He would have been in the fight for his life.
Oh,
because if he would, what? Never mind. Why do you always set me down this path? But he's a listener. He loves the show. Huge shout out to him. But he goes, man, my dad doesn't like you at all. I said,
damn.
Dang. I was like, I gotta remember his name. I think his dad's name was like Alfred Leonard.
Yeah.
So Alfred Leonard. Whatever I did to you, bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you tuning in. You got 36 hours to be a diehard. We can. If you become a diehard, we can get into the chat and we can talk about it.
Thanks, Big Al.
We can talk about it. I think it's Alfred Leonard. So I'm sorry that you don't like me. Your son loves me though, and he watched the show. Important. They watched the show together, so it's a father-son duo. They shared that like together. They watched the show. So shout out to you guys.
Are you really sorry?
James don't like you either.
Did they like me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know you, Jerry.
Can I ask you a question?
You don't care.
Is it a white guy?
Black guy.
Really?
Yeah. Black guy.
Interesting.
Black guy had the son. He had he had a grill in and everything.
Interesting.
Yeah, white Range Rover and everything. Looks good.
I would say this, that the show is trending. People are watching. There's too many people calling me Pop in the street.
No,
it's because of you guys. Because it's bullcorn. I'm Unc.
Two things.
Too many people hit me up on calling me Pop because of you.
Two things.
So somebody's paying attention.
Two things.
Too many.
One, you don't get to pick your own nickname.
Yes, I do.
No. Nicknames are given to you.
And two, they say in broadcast, the worst place to be is if someone has no opinion of you. Hated and loved are both good, allegedly. But I guess if everybody hated you, they probably wouldn't watch. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what they say.
Just keep tuning in.
As long as Big
That's what
Al
Jerry
likes
says.
someone else, we're fine.
Yeah, he likes 4 out of the 5 of us. He likes
38% of our listeners hate me.
Yeah,
But they like somebody.
Yeah.
So,
if you like us, hit the like button.
Yeah.
Hit the like button if you don't like us. Just keep hitting the like
sound
button.
like y'all
Either way.
got a little Jerry Jones in you.
What is that? As long as you're talking about it.
Yeah, as long as you it sound like
long as
y'all
you talk about it.
Jerry Jones is bleeding.
Yeah, just take the eye out of
Bleed
Jesse,
into the
though.
show.
Just make sure there's no eye in
Yeah, there's
Jesse.
no eye.
I feel guilty for saying that the Panthers' offensive line schmucks.
How we get there?
Why?
Well, you don't have to.
How we
Well,
get
they
there?
So that was just staying in your
How
heart.
we get there?
That stayed on your heart the whole
It's in my
time.
heart. I was like, I shouldn't have said schmucks out loud.
No, that's okay, Clarence. That's
I
what
don't
she,
really say schmucks. in
Clarence,
front
she's
of
doing it
people.
right. If you got something that's nagging at you, you got to let it out.
Yeah, they're
gotta let
not.
it
They've improved, kind of,
Okay, so they suck.
but they still.
You got 3 weeks before that game to be
So they don't-
apologizing though.
I know, but
Well, you
I
wanna go
felt
home feeling
some
good.
Guilt.
Yeah. You don't want to go home with guilt or shame on your conscience.
Listen,
It's a little heavy on my heart.
Listen.
Hey, take the mic.
Say
with
it
you.
to the mic.
Take the
Talk
mic
it
with
to the
you.
mic.
Whatever you say on this show,
You still not taking it.
be convicted and say it with your chest.
I do say stuff with my chest.
Say it with your chest. Don't apologize for your takes.
I say
Fine.
with my whole butt.
Don't apologize for your takes. If they're not playing well, just tell the truth.
Why
Say
your
the devil.
booty? Why you gotta talk?
Tell the truth and shame
Because
the
if you
devil.
got big muscles in your booty, like when I have a take, I
What?
push.
Wow.
It's a push from there.
Wow.
So I say it with my whole butt.
Your glute function has so much to do with your overall health, though, like
He
your
did.
lower body
How did we get
function,
to
movement.
I don't know how.
Brother, what's in
Take
the
care
box?
of yourself.
What's
Stretch.
in the
Weren't you talking about
box?
colon
What's in the
stuff
box,
before?
sir?
Oh yeah,
what's
this
in
is
the
called What's in the Box.
How do we get the glute health? That's
Take care of yourself.
crazy.
What's in the box is going to the box score to reveal things that might matter about this football team. The first thing that I want to point out that is in the box from Cowboys against Giants is the leading receiver of your Dallas Cowboys in that game was not CeeDee Lamb. It should have been if he would just catch football. But the leading receiver was KaVontae Turpin with 4 catches for 53 yards. And I just think that is relevant. Not the season's over, so when I say relevant, I don't mean totally relevant. But man, if you could, we've been talking about it for 2 years. You can't figure out a way that guy can be functional on offense. We just watch him pick up a football and start running, and you go, oh, he should probably be doing some stuff on offense. And my God, they can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. But maybe they're figuring it out just in time for it not to matter.
In fairness, can we be fair to the Cowboys? He was a raw, just a receiver. His first year coming in, he had played year-round, played in Moscow and wherever. Just came from the UFC.
Moscow.
I mean, he was playing. He played in Russia.
He was in the RFL?
I mean, he was everywhere.
He played in
And-
Russia?
Yeah, he played over there. And so he was just trying to find a place to play somewhere. Find out where he played.
They got football in Russia?
Yeah, they got football everywhere.
They have football in Japan.
They got football everywhere. I don't know. He played somewhere.
Oh, he played the European League of Football
Somewhere
for the Wrocław Panthers from Poland.
Oh, excuse me. Over that way.
Noted
Poland.
Polish football player KaVontae Turpin.
Exactly. So you're talking about a guy that
Jesse panicked.
he had just got out the UFL, and so it was just getting him on the field, okay? And act like he was just going to be able to be a receiver in offense. That wasn't realistic.
No, I don't think he meant like to be a receiver in the offense. But the one thing that you have with KaVontae that is paramount is speed.
Well, they did
You
the jet
have to
sweeps.
find
They do the
no,
jet sweeps.
That doesn't like.
But that's what they normally do with those guys.
No, that's what we normally do with those guys. Other teams take those guys and they put them in space and they allow them to do great things on offense. We do jet sweeps. We are the jet sweep fast guy king. There's other things that you do with other teams do things with fast guys that aren't just jet sweeps.
But he had to learn the offense. There was a learning curve as well, and finding what he does best as a receiver. There's a lot of things that he had to develop. Like we know he can't catch the ball over here. Okay, he ain't catching the ball over here.
That makes it tough.
Okay,
That makes it
glasses are better, but he ain't catching the ball over. You
tough. Which means you only run posts instead of flies.
Right.
Just let him approach it from here.
You know, but y'all were like, he's a fast guy. You want to run a fly with him, though. You know, like that's what you do. So I'm just saying, I agree. They're finding ways to use him and continue to find ways to use him. I think that the need. You don't have Cooks or he had been out for a few games, and certainly CD was out, and so it's coming. It's coming.
You think it has anything to do with the fact that he is the returner that he is, and them not? I think I do feel like to this point I thought they were a bit nervous about it, like because he was getting lit up last year. He's not getting lit up as much this year because I think he's doing better at evading tacklers as a returner. But he does bring so much value as a returner.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's something that they were considering. I agree with Clarence that he's been vocal about the fact that at TCU he didn't do a lot of receiver-esque things. And so coming into, I remember talking to him in the locker room, he was like, I'm learning the hashes. I'm learning like the different feel of the field even so. But as far as learning how to use them, go steal. Go if you don't know how to use a speed guy, go look at how other people use speed guys in the NFL. I mean, how many times do we have to see Worthy do things? Like it's just like they could find the resources to do that.
I agree, but Worthy's had his issues this year.
Yeah.
Fine.
For sure.
Finding places on the field. Tyreek Hill has messed us all up because this dude is to be small. He's so compact.
Well, yeah, he's not-
He makes tough catches.
Yeah, he's
I
not
mean, you don't
just
really
fast.
know his ability to. He's a small guy.
He's a
He's
monster.
fast, but
Yeah.
he ain't catching the ball and high pointing the ball like Tyreek Hill.
Right.
You know, he doesn't
Tyreek's
do
different.
those type things.
I would even point out the gentleman from last week. What's the guy's name? On the Commanders, the one that we were kind of worried about. It's kind of sort of.
Oh, Austin Eckler.
No,
he's
not
not.
him.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jahan Dotson. No, he's gone for there.
No,
You're
what
not
was
talking
it?
about Scary
Diami
Terry.
Brown.
De'Ami Brown?
No, it
'Cause
was
he's not
another guy.
fast.
It was
No, he ain't
another
talking
guy
about
that
Scary Terry.
we talked about. Like, oh, they're figuring. Yes,
That's Giants.
my bad.
Oh, Wandale. Okay, yeah.
Wandale Robinson. He's not super. He's just shifty and speedy.
Yeah.
But they figure out ways to
but-
get him involved and get him the ball on the move. It shouldn't be rocket science. I'm sorry.
Turpin ain't shifty. He's speedy.
What do
Yeah.
you mean he's not shifty?
He don't do
There's a
that.
li-
He don't do that. He ain't shifty.
I would say he is
He's
different
that
than the
straight
guys.
line
Yeah.
speed guy. If you do a spin move, he will take it to the house. But he ain't shifty.
I mean, I think the releases speak for the amount, like the foot agility and the lateral quickness, and he has route running capabilities that may not even be like, my God, send him on a whip route. Have mercy. Just do things that where he can win off. If he can win off the line of scrimmage, he's gonna win. You can find ways to set him up for that. I don't think it's.
And I think that is the whole story because I
inexcusable.
remember I think it was a third down, and I don't remember the game, but they had man. It was man coverage, and he ran the whip route, and it was blanketed.
It was.
And I was just like, and
that was
I was
Green
thinking the
Bay.
same thing. Like,
Didn't they
how can you
intercept it
not
in
win
Green Bay?
that route? That should be for
he
you.
should be winning. Like, and maybe that's why, y'all. Maybe it is like them shoring up the route running or
Yeah,
things
I
like
mean,
that. Like he's still learning.
It's a growth
the
thing,
position.
and I think that this is, I question the receivers coach and what he's bringing to the table.
Shots fired.
I'm just
Mm.
number one. Number one is prime example.
He'll beat you up.
Oh, he'll be and outrun me too.
But is number one a player?
Well, he ain't get developed. Who's that on?
I mean, if he's
I
not
wish-
a player, he's not a player.
I wish number
well,
one was a little faster.
Who has been developed at receiver?
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, he developed.
No, CeeDee's a monster.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody.
Joseph Brandon Grip with the super chat. Thank you, Joseph. We
Hey.
appreciate that. Could Turpin be Ben Johnson's next Jamison
No.
Williams? Ben Johnson, who is he coming here?
Yeah, he's coming here. Yeah, he's gonna be our next head coach. Yeah.
Someone told us.
Yeah.
Jamison Williams has been a receiver his entire life and been
What
a
else- what
number
else is
one
in the
receiver.
box?
He was an All-American receiver.
What else is in the box is the reason that I don't think that the Cowboys can beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And I do go back to you have a chance because the one thing they do well requires dropping back to pass. And when you have to drop back to pass, Micah Parsons might be all up in your stuff a lot.
All up in your
Oh,
cookie.
sure.
It's possible that Parsons will get up in your cookie, Joe. But the reason that I
White
just don't think they can beat
macadamia nut cookie.
the 4-8 Bengals is this is a combination of what's in the box of box scores to get us to Cooper Rush's season so far.
Oh my God.
Not turning the ball, not throwing interceptions is wonderful. Like it's step one for a backup quarterback. He's thrown 2 in over 5 games. That part of it, thank you. That's wonderful. But eventually you will have to score points. Cooper Rush on the season, 60% completion is almost acceptable, but probably not quite. And the fact that it's at 60% when you are getting 5.4 yards per attempt, which is only ahead of Deshaun Watson amongst quarterbacks who have taken the field this season, like that number don't score you points. If you like old school passer rating, Cooper Rush is 31st in the league right now. If you like success rate, he's at 40%. That's 30th in the NFL. If you like total QBR, he's 33rd ahead of only Deshaun Watson and Will Levis. You can't convince me that dude's going to go score points. You just can't do it.
But what you can do is, since we're in the box and you haven't gotten to it, I know it's 2 minutes left, and I know you're good in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. But
I don't need 2 minutes. I'll
I
tell you
know
that
you
right
don't
now.
need
I'm gonna fight.
Or I need 3 hours. You never know.
what's in the box? What's in the box to
Blue
go?
Chew. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I actually ordered my Blue Chew.
What's in the box, real quickly,
Oh, Jesus.
to go with Cooper Rush is Rico Dowdle. And if you're going to beat the Bengals,
22 for 112 would help.
you're going to play keep away. You're going to play ball control. You're going to use the running game and be selective in the passing game. But you're going to have to run the ball, stick to the run, and keep Joe Burrow off the field. And so in the box, Rico, run the
That
ball.
was the one other thing I
control
had in the
ball.
box, which I think seeing him with a bigger role, if you have 2 Rico Dowdles, I think your backfield is somewhere between fine and good. And so I hope that if he's affordable because they didn't use him that much, go ahead and bring him back. Let him be the veteran along with whoever you bring in, whether it's another vet or whether it's a second or third round pick. Hopefully it's a second or third round pick. And suddenly you got something. Suddenly you got something.
Give him $3 million. He'll be all right.
Omarion. Never mind.
Oh, North Carolina?
You know,
Baller. Iowa got one too. It's not just Jinky. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by today. Remember that the 36-hour sale is happening right now. AllDLLS.com. It's the best deal you're ever going to get. Thanks for being a part of the show. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, so be cool to everyone. We love you. Be easy.
eliminate the contingencies.
Or else. Not a threat.
We all silly like the mayor.